How would you feel if someone stole 2 months of your life every year? Shocking as it sounds, the average person wastes over 55 days a year on procrastination. That's time you could spend building your dream, getting fit, or mastering a new skill, gone. Distractions and delays are silently robbing us of our most precious resource, time. But imagine if you could reclaim those lost hours. What if you never got distracted or procrastinated again? Sounds impossible, right? Stick around, because today we're going to explore exactly how to do that. Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we'll uncover how to master distraction and beat procrastination using a powerful combination of ancient Stoicism and modern productivity hacks. Why Stoicism? Well, 2,000 years ago, philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus were the original self-improvement gurus. They trained their minds for focus and discipline long before smartphones and social media existed. If they could stay composed amidst chaos, think running an empire or facing exile, we can certainly learn a thing or two to improve our own lives. By the end of this video, you'll have 5 actionable strategies to help you stop procrastinating, sharpen your focus, and build a rock-solid morning routine to jumpstart your day. Let's dive in. Our first productivity hack begins first thing in the morning. Ever hit the snooze button 3 or 10 times and start the day already feeling behind? We've all been there. But the Stoics knew that morning is your first battleground against procrastination. In fact, the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius pep-talked himself out of bed almost 2,000 years ago. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. Or is this what I was created for, to huddle under the blankets and stay warm? Marcus Aurelius basically asked himself, were you born to feel comfy or to do important things? That hits home even today. The Stoic approach to mornings is all about purpose over pleasure. Instead of indulging in 5 more minutes of sleep, remind yourself why you're getting up. Maybe it's providing for your family, pursuing your goals, or simply to live this day fully. Here's a practical tip to implement the Stoic wake-up call. Don't give your brain time to argue. The moment your alarm goes off, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and launch yourself out of bed. Yes, this is the famous 5-second rule. By moving before your mind concocts excuses, you shut down morning procrastination. You can also place your alarm or phone across the room so you have to get up to turn it off. The key is to start your day with a small win, whether it's making your bed or doing 10 push-ups to signal to your brain that you're in control. Another Stoic morning hack is journaling. We'll talk more about that later. Marcus Aurelius himself wrote meditations as his morning reflections. Writing down a brief plan or an intention for the day can focus your mind on what matters from the moment you wake. The idea is simple. Begin your day, don't let your day begin you. By conquering the urge to stay in bed and starting with clear intention, you set a disciplined tone for everything that follows. Now that you've won the first battle of the day by actually getting up and moving, let's make sure you stay on track. The next strategy is about protecting your focus and tuning out everything that doesn't matter. Ever sit down to work and then find yourself deep down a rabbit hole of emails, news updates, or random YouTube videos? You know, the just one quick peek trap. Distractions are everywhere, but the Stoics teach us a powerful principle to handle them. Focus only on what's in your control and let go of what isn't. In our context, that means controlling your environment and mind instead of worrying about every notification or temptation popping up. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said that we should make the best of what is within our power and take the rest as it happens. Marcus Aurelius echoed this wisdom. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. In other words, you can't control that new email or the noisy world, but you can control how you respond, including tuning out distractions. Practical Stoic hack. Design your environment for focus. Silence your phone, disable non-essential notifications, or put your device in another room when you need to do deep work. If you're easily tempted by certain websites or apps, consider using website blockers during work sessions. Remember, willpower alone is a limited resource. Even Stoics understood their human limits. So, make it easier to do the right thing by removing the choice to do the wrong thing. Modern research backs this up. Technology makes procrastination easier than ever. About 57% of our online time is actually spent on distractions rather than our tasks. Think about that. More than half of the time we're online, we're off purpose. By guarding your attention like a soldier defending a fortress, you prevent countless moments of distraction from sneaking in and stealing time. Another tip is to practice the Stoic idea of single tasking. Multitasking is a myth. Jumping between tasks just frays your focus. Instead, do one thing at a time with full presence. If intrusive thoughts about other duties pop up, jot them on a notepad to handle later and gently return to the task at hand. Train your mind to stay with what you control now. As Marcus would advise, concentrate like a Roman on the work before you and free yourself from the rest. By controlling your mental and physical workspace, you'll find distractions lose their grip on you. Okay, so you've minimized external distractions. Phone is quiet, priorities set. Yet, even in a silent room, procrastination can strike from within. We might still delay starting that important project, finding ourselves staring at the wall or organizing the sock drawer instead. Our next strategy tackles that inner procrastinator with a profound Stoic insight. Nothing lights a fire under us quite like realizing how precious time is. The Latin phrase Memento Mori means remember you will die. Now, that might sound a bit morbid for a productivity tip, but stay with me. The Stoics used this not to be depressing, but to create urgency and clarity. When you truly grasp that your time is limited, procrastination starts to look absurd. Why would you waste any of the days you have left? Seneca, a famous Stoic statesman, warned us, while wasting our time hesitating and procrastinating, life goes on. In other words, every minute you spend thinking about doing something is a minute of your life you'll never get back. Ouch, but it's true, and it's exactly the kind of reality check we sometimes need. Even 2,000 years ago, people struggled with putting things off, and Seneca was basically saying, wake up. Life is moving forward with or without you, so stop waiting and start living. Try this mental exercise. Imagine yourself far in the future, 80 or 90 years old, reflecting on today. What would your future self wish you had spent time on? Scrolling social media or working toward your goals? This perspective can be a punch in the gut in a good way. It cuts through the fog of I'll do it later and shows that later isn't infinite. A practical hack here is to set artificial deadlines and use reminders of mortality as motivation. Some people keep a Memento Mori coin or a simple note that says, you could leave life right now, a direct quote from Marcus Aurelius on their desk. You don't have to dwell on it constantly, but seeing a symbol of time's passage like an hourglass or even your age written next to your goal can jolt you into action. Another idea. Schedule your tasks with shorter deadlines than you think you need. If a project is due in 2 weeks, tell yourself it's due in 1 week. The healthy pressure can propel you to start now, not later. Ultimately, beating procrastination comes down to valuing your time. As the Stoics knew, no one is promised tomorrow, so don't defer what's important. Use the awareness of life's brevity as fuel. Every morning, remind yourself that today is a gift and ask, how will I use it? This mindset shift can turn procrastination into action, because when you realize how high the stakes really are, hesitation loses its appeal. Now that you're motivated by the value of your time, let's get practical about managing it. Our fourth strategy is something both ancient Stoics and modern productivity. Imagine having a personal coach who keeps you on track every day, someone who helps you clarify what's important each morning and learn from your mistakes each evening. Well, you can have that coach for free. It's called your journal. Stoic philosophers were big on journaling and self-reflection. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations was literally his private journal. Seneca wrote letters to guide a friend, which were essentially reflective essays to himself. They used writing as a tool to sharpen their minds, reinforce their principles, and stay disciplined. There's a famous quote by Seneca: "If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable." In plain terms, if you don't know what your goal is, no amount of effort will get you there. Journaling each morning can help you define your port, the things that matter most for the day. Try this. Each morning, take 5 minutes to write down your top 1 to 3 priorities for the day. Not an overwhelming to-do list of 20 items, just the key things that, if accomplished, will make your day feel productive and meaningful. This aligns with the Stoic and modern concept of focusing on the essential. As Marcus Aurelius advised, ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? Cut out what isn't necessary so you can give your energy to what is. Journaling isn't just for mornings. The Stoics also practiced evening reflection. Seneca suggested that every night we examine our day and ask, what did I do well? Where did I falter? What can I improve tomorrow? This nightly review is a powerful way to prevent procrastination from becoming a habit, because you're holding yourself accountable daily. If you had planned to start a task but didn't, the evening journal is where you'll face that choice and learn from it. Without harsh self-judgment, think of it as course-correcting. In our modern context, you can do a quick evening log. Jot down whether you accomplished those top priorities and note one distraction or challenge that came up. Did you end up doom scrolling on Twitter at 3 p.m.? Note it and plan a solution, maybe turn off Wi-Fi for an hour in the afternoon, etc. for tomorrow. By writing things down, you're essentially coaching yourself like a Stoic mentor would. The act of journaling clears mental clutter, much like hitting a reset button for your brain each day. It externalizes your worries, your tasks, and your reflections onto paper, so your mind can stop juggling them internally. With this clarity, you'll find it easier to start tasks on time and stay focused. Over days and weeks, your journal becomes evidence of your progress and a guidebook written by you, for you, showing what strategies help you personally beat distraction. So grab a notebook or a notes app and start this Stoic habit. It's simple. Every morning, declare your intentions. Every evening, review your actions. This routine will train your brain to pursue your goals each day with purpose and to learn quickly from each slip, rather than procrastinating in a fog of undefined plans. You've set your priorities and your mindset is tuned for action. Now it's time for the final piece of the puzzle, diving into your work with deep focus. For our last strategy, we combine Stoic concentration with a modern technique to get things done efficiently. When it's time to actually do that important task, how do you make sure you don't drift off or start procrastinating in the middle of it? The answer: structure your focus. Even the best of intentions can falter if you try to work in an unstructured way, especially on big or boring tasks. Here we'll use a 1-2 punch. A Stoic approach to concentration and the famous Pomodoro technique for productivity. Marcus Aurelius gave himself this command: concentrate every minute like a Roman on doing what's in front of you and free yourself from all other distractions. This might as well be a definition of deep work. It means fully immerse yourself in one task as if nothing else exists. To practice this, start by picking one single task to work on, for example, writing a report, studying a chapter, or coding a feature, and set a timer for a short, intense work burst, traditionally 25 minutes in the Pomodoro technique. For those 25 minutes, pretend you're Marcus Aurelius in his tent or a philosopher in a study. The world is quiet and your duty is only this task. No checking phones, no hopping to another project. Just one thing. When the timer ends, you must take a short break, around 5 minutes. Stand up, stretch, look away from the screen, give your brain a breather. This is important because even a Stoic needs to rest. Productivity isn't about grinding yourself down, it's about working smarter. During the break, resist the urge to dive into distracting entertainment. Instead, reward yourself maybe with a cup of water or a quick walk. Then set the timer for another round. Each 25-minute focus session is called a Pomodoro. After about 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break, 15 to 30 minutes. Why does this help with procrastination? 2 reasons. First, commitment is easier when it's brief. Telling yourself, I'll work on this big project for 3 hours, can invite procrastination because it feels daunting. but I'll give it just 25 minutes of solid effort feels doable. Often, you'll find once you start, you get into a flow and those 25 minutes fly by and you might even want to continue. It's the starting that's the hardest, so Pomodoro tricks your brain by lowering the barrier to start. Second, this technique trains your concentration muscle. You're practicing shutting out distractions for manageable periods. Over time, your mind gets used to focusing deeply, and it becomes more natural to slip into a focused state quickly. The Stoics didn't have kitchen timers, but they understood the value of intense focus and regular reflection. In a way, each Pomodoro is like a mini commitment to living in the present moment, doing what needs to be done, which is very Stoic. During those work intervals, if you notice your mind wandering or an urge to procrastinate, gently remind yourself of Marcus's advice. Free yourself from all other distractions and refocus on the next line of code, the next paragraph, or the next math problem. You are training your will just as much as you're doing the task. By combining Pomodoro or any focused work break cycle that suits you with Stoic determination, you create a sustainable workflow. You'll get more done in those focused hours than in days of scattered effort. And each completed Pomodoro builds confidence that you are capable of discipline. There you have it, 5 strategies blending the wisdom of Stoicism with proven productivity hacks to help you never get distracted or procrastinate, or at least greatly reduce it. To recap, you learned how to win your mornings with purpose. Focus on what you can control by eliminating distractions. Use Memento Mori to remember the value of time. Practice daily journaling to stay on course, and deploy deep work techniques like Pomodoro to execute tasks with full focus. These aren't just theories, try them out today. Even adopting one of these habits can start a positive chain reaction in your life. Remember, consistency is key. The Stoic philosophers became masters of their mindset through daily practice, and you can too. It might not happen overnight, but each day you choose discipline over distraction, you're forging a stronger, freer version of yourself. As Epictetus famously challenged his students, how long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? Don't wait. Start reclaiming your time and your focus now. If you found value in this video, give it a thumbs up to let us know. And for more Stoicism-inspired productivity and self-improvement content, subscribe to our channel and join our little community of lifelong learners. Drop a comment below on which hack you're going to try first, or share your own tips for avoiding procrastination. We'd love to hear from you. Remember, you have the power to design your day and, by extension, your life. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and until next time, keep striving toward the best within you.